Y'all, am I the only one that is sick and tired of this daggum storyline with Cynthia Bailey? And also, let's not forget about the fact that Kenya Moore is over here throwing shade at my girl Portia for fighting for justice? We gonna have to talk about this on this recap of Real Housewives of Atlanta on Gossip with Kandi. What's the tea, honeybees? It's your girl, your Judy, your boy, Gabe, aka Cutie from Keeping It G, and you are watching an all-new episode of Gossip with Kandi. Thank you guys so much for watching my channel. Thank you guys for coming in. Happy New Year, y'all, okay? We got a new year. Welcome to 2021. We done made it, y'all, okay? Past the 2020, and we are here for 2021, and we here for some gossip and some tea about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I know I've been telling y'all for the past few weeks that I'm going to be giving you guys some reviews, giving you guys some updates on each and every episode that is going to be coming on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Unfortunately, we've had some technical difficulties throughout the past few weeks, but we are back. I done did some research. Hopefully this is going to be working, and we're going to put this out, honey, okay? So let's get this thing started. Y'all, as I already stated, I'm so sick and tired of this storyline between Cynthia and this daggum wedding. I honestly am, I'm to the point that I really don't want Cynthia on the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. I think that her storyline is weak. I think that she is getting dated. And I honestly don't think that, I think she's funny and shady at times, but it's just too much. Like, honestly, like, you're not bringing anything to the table at this point. You done opened your wine cellar, you done found you a man, and now we are elongating this daggum storyline with you and your man and your wedding. So let's actually get into this whole thing with Cynthia Bailey and her wedding, y'all. This past episode was episode 4 of Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it kicked off again with Cynthia discussing her wedding and the date of her wedding from the previous episode that we saw on episode 3. So if you guys don't remember, on episode 3, they were discussing the fact of the date of the wedding due to COVID-19 regulations. They weren't really sure if they were actually going to be having the wedding on 10/10/20. So a whole discussion and a whole argument actually transpired due to the fact of Cynthia's actions and the things that she said to her fiance, Mike, stating that she wasn't really sure if she wanted to get married exactly on 10/10/20 because of the fact that she still wants a big, huge wedding. She wants to invite 250 people. She just wants her dream wedding because of the fact that she did not have her dream wedding before with Peter. Because if you guys remember with Peter, she didn't really have all the fun. She was a little weak on the money, honey, okay? But now she has arrived, okay? And she has a little bit of money. I do kind of understand where she's coming from of always having your dream wedding, but girl, we are in a panorama, okay? We are in a whole Ponder replay. Okay, why in the world are you really trying to have 250 people at your daggum wedding during a panorama in the middle of daggum Atlanta? Atlanta is open wide. Like, I don't understand. They continue to discuss the whole wedding situation. It was a scene between Cynthia, Kenya, and also her sister. Dad, what's her sister's name? Is it Marlo? It's something with an M. I think it's Marley. Something. So they all were talking and discussing about her wedding plans and everything like that. And basically she was explaining the fact that Cynthia was a little bit abrasive, and she went a little bit too hard just because of the fact that she wants this date. She basically, Kenya basically had to have her understand that basically she agrees with Mike and her sister because of the fact that she was wrong for her response saying that Cynthia wasn't sure on if she wanted to still get married on that specific date. If you are a man and you hear your wife that you don't want saying to you, oh, I don't know if I want to get married anymore. What is that going to put in your mind? Like, what is the reason of us even getting married? Was us getting married just for show? Kenya actually made a great point about this because if you guys, honestly, I agree with Kenya to a point because of the fact, and I really don't like agreeing with Kenya because Kenya is not my biggest fan, and we're going to talk about that shit later because her oatmeal face ass. Anyway, with certain situations, especially with the situation with Cynthia and her relationship, Kenya definitely has a point. You have to at least compromise with your man, sis. You know good and well that your man, it doesn't matter about the date of the wedding. It doesn't matter about where you guys get married. It's the fact that you guys are going to be getting married, celebrating your union, and actually going through the process of finding your true love. Like, in my personal opinion, Cynthia is someone that just wants the big wedding. She wants to show this on TV, make it show ratings. Cynthia, while she said that she didn't want that, she was saying that, the TV show didn't help her with her marriage. The TV show didn't help her with her divorce. I mean, it kind of helped you with your marriage, sis. I mean, you said that you was broke as hell, but you still had a big ass wedding. Okay, a few seasons back with Peter with that silver ass dress.
Wow.
Thank God she's not wearing silver anymore. That's it. Do y'all remember that silver ass dress? It was a beautiful dress, but it wasn't a wedding dress. I didn't like that dress. Honestly, I honestly feel like that I'm going to side with Kenya on this, y'all, because Cynthia really needs to sit down and just have a real good conversation, which she does have later during the episode. She states that she did have a great conversation with her fiance, Michael, stating that it does not matter about the date. As long as they are together, it is going to be amazing, which I'm happy for. But however, are we still going to continue to talk about this daggum wedding? Like, the next episode is about a freaking engagement party. Like, and you know what else? I honestly feel like that the reason why that they are elongating this whole storyline of the wedding and the process of the wedding is because of the fact, from what I heard on the blogs and from what I've heard previously, production was not allowed to air the wedding because of the fact of COVID-19 restrictions. They were not going to be filming, and production allegedly, they were not there. All of production allegedly was not at the wedding. So I kind of do, to a sense, understand why they are doing this for her storyline, but is this the only interesting thing that you have to do, Cynthia? You have usually for Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's about 21 episodes. Are we really going to be talking about your wedding for the whole 21 episodes, sis? Boring. On to more boring people, honey, okay? Our girl Kandi done came back into the building. Last episode, she wasn't really too constant. What I'm realizing with Kandi as well, I'm realizing that Kandi's storyline is kind of going to give weak sauce. She has not been giving anything on her storyline, but like maybe supporting opinions about certain things. She's been basically talking about the whole situations with Portia, with Kenya as well. Kandi and Kenya go to lunch and they discuss an engagement party that Kenya wants to have for Cynthia. Because of the fact that Kenya almost ruined Cynthia's engagement last season by stating that she might actually get engaged that night, Kenya actually felt really, really bad about it. And she decided to throw Cynthia a huge, really cute, all-white engagement party, honey, okay? I'm here for it, even though Oatmeal Face don't always do the best things. I will say Oatmeal Face does come through with her friends when she wants to come through for her friends, okay? Because she don't always come through for her friends, honey, okay? Let's be very clear. But the thing is, with this whole engagement party, Kenya already know that she don't fuck with a lot of people in the group. So she low-key really tried to put the invitations on Kandi, so Kandi can be the one to send out the invitations to Portia, send it out to Marlo, send it out to other people that she doesn't really talk to because Kenya's that shady-ass girl. So Kandi, you already know Kandi caught the shade and she caught the tea. And she kind of played along with it, saying like, okay, I guess I'll play along and help you out with this whole thing. But this is your event, girl. Don't try to put my name on this because I already see what you're trying to do. I'm really excited about this whole engagement party for her. I mean, as a friend, you know, you definitely should help and support them. I mean, I don't think that the only reason why that you throwing an engagement party for Cynthia is because of the fact of what you did last season. You're supposed to be her best friend. So isn't that like one of your plans? And then from what I've heard, aren't you the maid of honor? So isn't that your job? She actually continued to talk about, more discussions went on, and as we already know and we already see, Portia's great storyline and Portia's great story of fighting for justice has been revealed and is actually being aired. And Kenya obviously is not a fan and she doesn't think that it's real. How is it that it's not real for you fighting for justice and protesting and fighting for Black lives and you've been doing it since it started? Portia has been fighting for Black lives ever since the first video of George Floyd went out, not even George Floyd, the first video of Breonna Taylor, first video of that thing coming out. She was in the front lines with Tamika Mallory, Yandy Smith. She was out here doing the work. Kenya, what the fuck was you doing? Okay? What was you doing? What? Don't worry, I'll wait.
Don't worry, I'll wait.
What exactly was you doing? Her conversation with Kandi is alluding to the fact that Portia is honestly only doing this for publicity. She's doing this just for TV. She's not doing this for the right reason. She says that she is out here in the front lines protesting not safely, and she's not wearing a mask, such sorts. Honestly, in most of the videos that I've seen Portia in, she has been wearing a mask. The only time that Portia is not wearing a mask is if Portia is speaking on the microphone or if she's yelling. So what exactly do you want her to do? Do you want her to be muffled in the microphone and not have people listen to what she's saying, Kenya? I'm so confused. Again, I asked to you, Kenya, what have you been doing? Were you in the front lines as well, fighting for justice? Or were you trying to figure out who the hell was creeping around with Mark in motherfucking New York, okay? Where was your priority, sis? Okay, don't be trying to come for, I don't understand why there's so many people that always try to come for celebrities or come for people in a higher standard than who they are, making it seem like that they are doing things for publicity, making it seem like they're doing things for clout, which I'm not saying that everybody is doing it for the right reasons. There are a lot of people that are not doing these things for the right reasons. But when you look at Portia's lineage and when you look at her history is, and her family is a family of Black activists that have been fighting for justice for years. So for people to say that Portia is not someone that is doing the right thing and fighting for justice the right way, shame on you. Okay? And that's all I gotta say about that, Kenya. Okay, period. Shame on you. Okay? Now, speaking of more shame, we gotta move on to Drew Sidora and my nigga Ralph. My nigga Ralph. Why? My nigga Ralph. Ralph is honestly, he's a definition of a toxic man. This past episode, we see that he and Drew actually finally, they go to counseling. They went to a counseling session this past episode, and the couple discusses their goals and what they want in their relationship. Drew, she gave some really cute, good goals, honey, okay? Her goals was transparency, being genuine, and loving her 9-year-old son the same way that she loves her son. She wants Ralph to love her 9-year-old son, who is not Ralph's biological father, but she wants him to love him just as much as he was his biological son, which I do understand. She explains that the reason why that she loved, or she found so much affection and love for Ralph, is because of the fact that Ralph and her son's relationship and how it was growing, how he treated him and how he acted like he was his father, and not even emotionally, but just because of the fact that like he was very hard on him, gave him tough love. And Drew basically was explaining that she wants more of that. She wants him to really be involved. And to a sense, I really do understand where Drew is coming from, but I do also understand the fact that it is very hard for you to find a relationship with someone that is not your biological child. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of things that you probably can go through mentally, making it seem like, mentally that you can go through as a man, knowing that this is not your son, but you have to be a strong man and a strong individual to go through those things. And I definitely feel like that at times Ralph may seem that he is not always being respected. Some of the things that he actually stated in his sense was that the fact that he wants to not feel emasculated, and he wants to have sex three days a week. I mean, I don't see a problem with the sex part, okay? I'm trying to throw it back 3 days a week. Shit. Okay. Ralph, can I throw it back on you? You know what? No, I can't mess with married men. But
Close your legs and marry me and hooker.
When it comes to that, Ralph does state his opinion on him being emasculated, and I definitely do understand that in that sense because of the fact of previous, if we see in the last episode, their marriage is kind of revolved around Drew's family. You know what I'm saying? Drew's mom is heavily involved in their marriage when she should not be, okay? Drew's mama need to stay over there in the pulpit and keep on preaching the word of God and not be preaching the word of God and being shady about her sermons like she did the last time, honey, okay? But that's not what she's doing. What she's doing is butting into her daughter's information, her daughter's relationship, which then puts in a man's state of view that I'm not enough and I'm not going to be able to do enough for my wife because she doesn't seem that she can get enough from me. More things actually transpired in the story and in the conversation between Drew and Ralph. And we then realized the main reason why that he really likes to run away is because of the fact of his relationship with his mother. If you guys recall basically what happened in this past episode, on episode 4, we realized that Ralph has a lot of trauma with his past and with his family. His mom was someone that apparently she was heavy on certain situations with drugs and alcohol and such, and which then had to lead him to be the main supporter. When he decided to say, you know what, I am not going to be the main supporter, and then rewind back, he was the main supporter, but she did not show love emotionally. She did not say, I love you. She did not say that she was sorry for the things that she did until Ralph decided that he was leaving the situation and no longer going to be the financial support for his mother. So he feels as if he wants to get his point across, he has to leave. And he has to leave situations and not relationships, but he has to leave situations for him to be able to better himself. And then for the person that he is with, for her to understand, you know what? I'm sorry for you dealing with what you are dealing with. Can you please come back home? And what needed to be explained here is that this is not the healthiest way. We all understand that people go through their past traumas and we all do repetitive things from our past traumas to find a getaway, but those getaways are not always the best getaways. You know what I'm saying? We always say, y'all already know how I am with my self-love, self-care. You should always know what your triggers are. Know what your triggers are and know how to set your boundaries. However, when you are in a relationship, I definitely feel like that there is always communication is the number one. Okay. And you have to let your partner know how you feel, what's going on with you. Even if it's a moment of saying, listen, I'm going through this right now. I'm not really trying to talk to nobody. Please just give me a moment. I'm going to go step away real quick. I still love you. I care for you and all of that, but I just need a moment. And that's, I feel like that if that was ever to concur, Drew would be cool. Drew would be completely down with the fact of communication, but I feel like that is something that is really lacking in their relationship. You can definitely tell that things, I feel like that things in their relationship was extremely rushed. If we realize in the first episode, Drew actually stated that her and Ralph were only together for about 6 months before they decided to get married and have children and all of that. So that relationship was a really rushed relationship. While they had been together for, I believe, 8 years or 5 or 6 years because of the fact of after the whole TLC thing. Damn, has it been that long? That TLC biopic came out 5 years. I gotta do research on that, child. Because, Drew, did it come out 5 years? I don't think it came out 5 years ago. I think that shit came out 3 years ago. Drew, are you lying? All in all, I feel like that it was very rushed. But when you're in this situation now that you are in this situation, y'all done got kids, you figured yourself out, everything is good. But honestly, I really hope and pray that their situation grows. Moving on to my girl Portia, honey, okay? My girl Portia is out here fighting for justice and peace, okay? No justice, no peace, period. Okay? No justice, no peace. Okay? So in this episode, they actually are celebrating Portia and celebrating her her things that she has been doing with the community of the Black Lives Matter community. They actually celebrated and they gave her a surprise birthday party. Lauren actually said that she wanted to invite everybody, have everybody wear all black, giving us our Black Lives Matter, okay, Malcolm X vibes, honey, okay, period. But the only thing is, so our girl Kenya was invited at first. Here's the thing, Kenya really wasn't invited, but I feel like that Cynthia low-key forced Lauren's hand to invite Kenya. So when Lauren was calling everybody, we have a scene of Lauren calling everybody, inviting everyone to the surprise party, and she basically was telling Cynthia that, you know, she's invited, this and that, the third, and Cynthia said, "Oh, can I bring Kenya?" Lauren was a little bit apprehensive about it, as she should, because of the relationship that Kenya and Portia have. So after all in all, you know, Cynthia was saying that, you know, I would really love Kenya to come. I don't think anything bad will happen, this and that, the third. Lauren was like, listen, if you feel like that nothing's going to happen, by all means, more the merrier. Let her bring her ass. It's perfectly fine. Later down during the week, the day of the event comes, and Lauren decides to send Cynthia a cute little text message saying, "Hey girl, Kenya ain't invited no more. I don't want her there." Okay. Nigga, the invite, bitch. I would do the same thing. You know what? I changed my mind. I don't even want you there, okay? And honestly, I really don't blame her, because you don't know what Kenya could bring into a scene. She could be completely disrespectful. She could try to throw shade about the whole Black Lives Matter thing, and that could cause a whole new argument and of drama, which is unnecessary, especially for what the reason of this party was. I do not blame Lauren for saying no to Kenya coming. But of course, Kenya got pissed, and Kenya, you know, felt a way about it, but she did it the nicer way, because she still sent a gift to Pilar, beautiful Pilar, but as we will see in the next episode, the gift was a shady gift, okay? So I'm really gonna say that this whole thing with Portia and Kenya, that's gonna be reignited again, a whole new feud of a whole new season with Kenya and Portia. Oh, Jesus. The things that they do for these storylines, child. Okay. Speaking of storylines, real quick, y'all see how LaToya is really trying to get into her storyline and really trying to be that shady ass queen? Did y'all hear what she was saying about Fallon? Saying that Fallon loved her some older men. She's like, you look like you like older men, okay? Just because of the fact that Fallon said that her husband had 5 kids and she has 3. What does a person that looks like, that they like older men look like? What do they look? I'm confused. Is she saying that because of the fact that Fallon is just like this pretty skinny girl, that she's just gonna like older men for their money? Like, it's the judgment for me. But you know what? LaToya, she's a spicy one. Although I know that she's Kenya's friend and I'm not a fan of Kenya, I gotta fuck with LaToya, because I love me some good shade. So the things that LaToya was saying, I was here for it. So I just had to recap on that real quick, because I love me some good shade with LaToya, honey, okay? Please tell me your thoughts about this whole storyline with Cynthia. Are you guys over it? Are you guys over this storyline like me? Or do you guys really want to continue to see the whole thing play out with this whole wedding? Please put your comments down below. Let me also know how you feel about Kenya in the whole Portia situation. Do you think that Kenya was right for saying what she said about Portia with the whole Black Lives Matter? Or was she really just being who she is, aka Kenya? Put down your comments down below, honey, okay? That's going to be it of the Real Housewives of Atlanta recap or gossip with Cutie. My name is Gabe, aka Cutie, and you need to make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, and click that notification bell. I will see y'all next week on a new recap, and see y'all this Friday for Gossip with Cutie Live.